Okay, everybody, welcome to day 7 of Number Corner. Make sure that you are updating the calendar grid with the new marker, figuring out the volume of this rectangular prism, and also adding to your calendar collector. Today we are collecting 7 3/4 of an hour and 7 3/4 of a dollar. So figure out those totals there. Today we're going to be playing computational fluency. Well, it's a computational fluency game called Put It on the Line, very similar to the game that we played on day 2. All right, now remember day 2, we just moved cards. You put your total of the card on the line, and you are able to figure out, or you are collecting scores as we go through. And remember, the first thing we had to do for that is to label our decimal number line. So go ahead and stop the video, draw the number line as you see in your notebooks, and press play on the video when you're ready to come back. All right, so for me, what I notice is that I just count the number of lines in between each. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Each one of my lines are 1/8 apart from each other. There are 8 eighths in a whole. So I need to ask myself, what would the decimal be for 1/8? Well, that's a hard one. If you don't remember that already, we need to do some work on that. But what is 2/8? 2/8 is the same as 1/4, right? And we all know what 1/4 is, right? That's 0.25. So if I want to label my my number line, I can put 0.25 on my decimal line right there. So how am I going to figure out what 1/8 is? 1/8 is going to be half of 25. Well, we know half of 25 is 12.5. So it's 0.125. So my top line is 0.125, correct? And every 2 is going to be another 25. So there's 0.50. And then another 2 is going to be 0.75. And then I have the ones in between will be 0.375 and add 12 125 hundredths to 500. It's 625 and then 875. All right. And we'll just continue the same pattern with my holes. All right, so with that, let's go ahead and choose your first problem. I'm going to get rid of some of this workspace because we got to keep your totals over here. Remember, you're supposed to work out both sets of problems. We'll be recording your score on one side, my score on the other, and then we'll see who ends up winning. Okay, so we're going to select this problem for me, since I won last time, to go first. This one says, what is 1/2 times 1/4, right? So if I get out my pen again, and I am multiplying 1/2 times 1/4, that one is pretty easy. It equals 1/8. All right, so my answer being 1/8, what is 1/8 and where is it located on my decimal line? It is located right here, right? 1/8 is right there. And as the decimal, what did I say that it was? I said it was 12.5 or 0.125. I don't know what's going on up there, but I'm going to erase this too, just to fill or give us some extra space. And I will erase this problem, and I will put my mark, because I am a Husker, point right there. All right, so your turn. Let's give you this one, and we will move this one out of the way. And this one says, Max poured 5.375 liters from a 6-liter container. How much was left in the container? All right, we'll give you blue. Let's make sure you're setting your problem up the right way. This is a subtraction problem. So I have 6.000 liters, and I'm going to subtract 5.375 liters. All right, go ahead and pause the video and come up with an answer and press play. Okay, when I take a look at this, I need to borrow. I make that a 10, right? And that's a 9. Borrow again, and then borrow. There we go. So 5 from 10 is 5. 7 from 9 is 2. And 3 from 9 is 6.625. Now we know that 4 is 0.5, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. So yours would be right here at 5/8, at 0.625. Good start for the class. All right, let's get back some workspace. And we'll be back with this. I'm going to go right there. We're going to move over and then see what that one is. It says Peter had 0.375 kilograms of a bag of almonds and 0.125 kilograms of a bag of crackers. If he poured them into the same container, how many kilograms does he have? An addition problem. So let's go ahead and add what we have. We have 375 thousandths of a gram of almonds and 125 thousandths of a gram of crackers. Go ahead and answer that problem in your notebooks. Press stop and then start when you're done. If I'm going to figure that out, I'm going to add 5 plus 5 is 10. 7 plus 2 plus 1 is 10. And 1 plus 3 plus 1 is 5. I have to keep my decimal point in the same spot. I will go back to my red pen because go big red. And I know that my decimal is going to go right there. And I'm going to add 0.500 to my total. All right. You guys are still in the lead, but I'm keeping it close. All right, next move. Look at the board. I'm going to pick the one that you're looking at. How about, was it that one? Somebody had to have been looking at that one. All right, so that's the one. It says Daryl gave 5 large candy bars to share among 4 of his students. If they share the bars fairly, how many or how much does each student receive? I want to divide 5 candy bars. This is a fraction. So how much would each person get? Because we're going to divide 4 by 5. How many times does 4 go into 5? 1 whole time, correct? And 1/4 left over, or 2/8, or, there we go. So, where would that one go? That was a big point total for you, a big get. So that's 1/8, and 2/8. So you guys, we want to make sure that we give you the blue marker. Go right there, right? And now you have 1.25. And I like to keep it all similar, so I'm going to add zeros there. All right, next problem. I'm going to select this one for my problem. And we'll slide that card out of the way. It says, what is 2 1/4 minus 7/8? Ooh, good question. 2 1/4 minus 7/8. So I have 2 1/4 minus 7/8. Go ahead and stop the video and figure that one out. All right, so now that you're back, hopefully you came up with your answer. I have to convert this to eighths. I have to change my mixed number into eighths, which would be, I'll first convert it into an improper fraction. 4 times 2 plus 1 equaled 9/4 minus 7/8. And then I can go down here and convert my fourths into eighths, which I will do like this. I am multiplying my 4 by 2, so I have to multiply my 9 by 2, and I get 18 eighths minus 7 eighths, and that equals 11 eighths, or 1 3 eighths. Uh-oh, that's a good one for me. That one is like the ace card. That's up here, and I know that 3 eighths is 0.25 plus 1.25, which is 375. So I get to add 1.375 to my total. All right, moving right along. At least I'm not sure that there's any more. Or bigger cards. There could be bigger cards for you guys. I still have a feeling you guys are winning anyway. All right, I need a big finish. You guys can go take that card, and we'll move that one over. This one says, what is 2 times 375 thousandths? So we'll get your color. We'll give you the blue. 2 times 0.375. So how are you going to solve this one? Go ahead and turn off your computer, or turn off the video, and finish that and press play. Okay, so if you don't know how to multiply by decimals, what you can do is you have 2 375s. So if you just add 2 375s together, that will give you your answer, correct? 0, 5, and 7.750. So that is at 3/4. That would put you right here on our number line, correct? And we will give you 0.750. I think the way this is going, I think you guys might end up going first on our next game. All right, I'm going to go here for my second to the last move. And that one says, what is 1/2 times 3/4? 1/2 times 3/4, which I know when I'm multiplying by a fraction, I get a smaller, when I multiply a fraction by a fraction, I get a smaller number. That's not going to help me out here, right? So 1/2 times 3/4. Go ahead and figure that problem out for me, please. And I got 3 eighths. Oh, that's a bummer. 3 eighths. So when I get my numbers, I go count over 3 spots. There it is. 3 eighths as a decimal. 2 eighths is 0.25 plus 1.25, which is 62.5. 625. All right. Next move is yours. We'll give you that move right there. The problem is, what is 1/2 of 1/2? Oh, so we go 1/2. Oh, I'll have to, let's erase the work that we did previous. And give you the blue. 1/2 times 1/2. All right, go ahead and figure that one out and turn the video back on. All right, you should have put 1/4. Okay, not a bad move, right? That's 2 eighths or 1/4. We'll put that one right there. We'll give you 0.250. And now we have one more move. This has to be a good move for me. I need a large one. Right here. I think this is what's going to do it for me. That one says, what is 1 minus 1/8? 1 minus 1/8. I don't think I did it. So we will go 1 minus 1/8. And I know that 1 is 8 eighths. So that's pretty easy. So I can just go 7/8 for my answer here, right? I will mark my spot on the number line right there. And it looks like you guys get another big one, I think. 7/8, it's what is that? 0.750 plus 0.125, which is 0.875, which I will take. But I have a feeling that this next one is much bigger, unless it's a 0. Ooh, that would be nice for me. All right, last one. What is 7/8 plus a fourth? Ouch. As we would say here in Packer, that is the dagger, right? 7/8 plus 1/4. Go ahead and turn off your computer or turn off your video and figure that one out. All right, welcome back. I know that 1/4 is 2/8. So 7/8 plus 2/8, which equals 9/8, right? Which puts you up over one whole, or a 1 and 1, 2, 5. All right, so go ahead and add up the scores for the red versus the blue and figure out who won the game. I have a sneaky suspicion that you all won. Congratulations. That is the end. Make sure Number Corner stays up to date in your notebooks, and we will be seeing you later.